are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth. What have you got to give to me? What I don't already give myself. You are driven by the...
Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of Illuminated DiiSCLAIMER. Sydney here. Hope you're all doing very well and making sure that you're exercising, eating well and having a balanced diet. And, lest we forget, finding new and inventive ways to illuminate your own path. Now, today I wanted to talk about something that I have practiced in the past to have good results, and something that I want to reintegrate back into my life because it just helped me. It honestly helped me so much just to put focus into my life. And I realized that the productivity that I had whilst doing this, it just really just put me into a new level of productivity. And the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't be in this room if I didn't practice this. And this is the art of Zen minimalism. But I'm just going to say minimalism in general for now. So the Japanese do believe that if you pick up something and you don't instantly feel a connection towards it, then throw it away. Give it to charity. Discard it. Because we live in a world right now where you need to have the materials, you need to be materialistic in your approach, in what you wear, in what you drive. And we live in a world right now with fast fashion, especially in the Western world. But if we go to the Eastern world and look at certain places in Japan, you can see rooms of just not a lot. You just have a futon on the floor. You have a place where you put a handful of clothes. You have a nice carpet with, under that you probably have wood as well. And you just have slippers. You have very minimalistic architecture around you. And this is good because it helps you appreciate where you are and what things you have. When you have too much things, you become detached to it because you have it in abundance. But with minimalism, there are a few items, and with these items, each one item that you have, it gives you something. You feel love, you feel an attachment to it. You feel like you can name some of your clothes sometimes. And that's the beauty of this minimalism. In the past, my brother moved out and I have a spare room. Nothing was happening to it. It fell into disrepair. And there was items everywhere, there was mold everywhere, and there was dust bunnies and just spores everywhere as well. You come into this room, you just look at it, and because there's just so much things around, you just close the door. And it starts spreading, so nothing spread into my room per se, but just the thought patterns of just being in my own room, neglecting it, like having too much clothes, I didn't know where to put them. I'll go into my room and all I could do in my room was go sleep. Wake up, leave my room, and I start saying to people that I'm not productive in my own room. But it wasn't the fact that this area wasn't a place for me to be productive. Quite the contrary. Because I had so much items everywhere, I just felt like my mind was just going all over the place. So what I did was I decided enough is enough. Realized that I have a lot of clothes, and I used to look at them for ages saying, I could use this another time, surely. Or, yeah, it's nice. Or, I haven't seen this anywhere else. It looks good on me. But I never really had that true love for it. I just had these things just in case I want to go out and wear them again. But what I realized was there were specific clothes that I would wear constantly. Whether it was a white t-shirt or just plain clothes with no logos or anything on it, or even a specific coat which just had the form to function that I needed, especially in this UK weather. And I realised that most of these clothes, although they do look nice, I don't need them. They're just not serving me and my purpose. I like getting new clothes, but I realised if I get loads of new clothes, it's just going to be the same thing again. So I got 4 black bags, filled them up with clothes and took them to the charity shop. And immediately, as soon as I went back into this room, I just kept on repeating to myself, it's so empty in here. I could see the floor. I could move my bed into more position where I could see more of the floor. I could use my desk again. I could look around. I had 2 big wardrobes in my room, and I got rid of one of them and replaced it with somewhere where I could put trousers, t-shirts, hoodies, and hats. And I realized that I don't need more than 4 or 5 of every item. But if I ever do get a new item, I have to substitute it. What one item am I willing to get rid of so I can put this one in its place? And now my room is thriving. There's just so much space to do whatever I want. And I felt more inspiration. But then I looked into my brother's room and I thought to myself, I want to do the same thing. There's so much items in here. What can I do? And I just took the Zen minimalistic approach and got rid of about 85-90% of the items in this room. Painted the wall right, like it was, in Japanese. Sorry, not in Japanese, in Japan. And slowly, over the course of about 3 weeks, I just realized that this room is actually much bigger than I imagined it to be. It's much more cleaner than I thought it would be. There's so much lighting in here. There's so much room for inspiration. And I never would have saw that if I didn't take the minimalistic approach. And the best thing is now I have another space where I can actually work on these YouTube videos. I realize that I am more productive now because there's less things to look at. There's a lot of walls. I've got some paintings that I've painted. You'll see them more in a later episode. But now I just feel like I can breathe. There's not a lot of things around that just distract me. So now I'm spending more time researching, less time on my phone, and less time just trying to think and just, when you just look at something and there's just so much different colors and items and objects around you, just can't focus. I feel like I have more time to focus. So my gift for you now is, what things can you give away? What things can you discard? What things do you look at and say, it was nice one day, but I probably won't wear it again? Be honest with yourself. I know a lot of people who have items which they might wear for one occasion. But what's the point of having an item just for one occasion? When's this occasion going to come? You can give it to someone else and you can make their day. You can have so many clothes, 10, 15 pairs of clothes. You can give them to another person and this person gives it to another person. And that way the clothes are being used to its intended purpose. What items or toys do you not use? Not think about using on a time basis, but not use. What has been inactive in your wardrobe? What has been inactive in your toy box? What has been inactive on your shelf, on your desk? What don't you need anymore? You should look at an item and immediately think, I'm going to use that again. I will definitely use that again. If not, think about giving it to someone else. Think about making somebody's day or week even better. And the best thing is, if you do get distracted in your own room or you feel uninspired, I definitely recommend that you try this, because once you try these things, you'll start to notice that over time, there's going to be so much more inspiration coming through your mind when you can go home and the place you rest, the room you rest, the bed you rest, it's just nothing but clear clarity. That way you can just put your thoughts onto one thing and take the ball from there. This has been a new episode of Illuminated Disclaimer. I have been Sydney, and thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I hope you find new ways to illuminate your path. Take care.